What do you do when you meet somebody or you know somebody that you love dearly and they're suffering and you know that if they just try this carnivore thing that they might find a solution or at least greatly ease their symptoms, whatever they might be. So I'm talking about this because somebody messaged me and contacted me saying that somebody that they love dearly is suffering from a herpes zoster shingles outbreak, right? That continuous and with a lot of pain. And it just brought tears to my eyes because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to live with any kind of herpes outbreaks because, as y'all know, I've got 4 different types of herpes, HSV1 and 2, herpes zosters, shingles, and herpetic whitlow. And those are the outbreaks that I get on my body, plus the EPV virus, which comes from mononucleosis, which affects you on a physical level, just basically feeling like shit. Anyways, so I really understand this person. So this person was telling me that that the woman suffering is also on the vegan diet, trying to lose weight, and probably thinking that maybe being on a vegan diet that it's going to help with her shingles that she's getting. And sadly, I doubt it unless you do a vegan diet that is very, very, very low carb. It's not that's where the key is, so that you can bring your immune system, you can calm it down and it'll settle down when you're not continually spiking the blood sugars. And that creates inflammation. And then when you have inflammation, your immune system kicks in and is trying to figure out what to do and how to fix it. And then the herpes virus that's sitting in your cells is waking up going, hey, we can come out and party. There's nobody home right now, meaning the immune system isn't around because it's got other things that it has to do to take care of this person. So you get an outbreak. And y'all know that I have had plenty of them, and plenty of them over many, many, many years. Full body, face, neck, torso, genitals, fingers, toes, arms. I mean, where haven't I got them? Well, knock on wood, haven't gotten them on my back. Okay. Okay. But y'all get the picture, right? And so I've been going through these outbreaks, these years, searching for an answer because the medications weren't doing it. And since the medications weren't doing it, I had to figure out something. And so I started raw vegan, and I went vegan. For many years, I was vegan, and then vegetarian, pescatarian, and I figured I would never, ever, ever, ever eat meat again. I thought it was the reason why I was so sick. Well, finally, when there was nothing left for me to do but try the carnivore diet, because I had tried everything else, and I got healthy within 6 months, everything completely disappeared. Well, okay. But while I was vegan, there was no way anybody could tell me that eating meat was the answer. And so I really understand this person who is currently vegan, who, doesn't really want to listen to the whole carnivore thing, believing that, we're just a bunch of cuckoos out here. And so what do you tell someone who really wants to help their partner, their friend, their family, who really wants to help? What do I tell people who I really want to help? And I know that if they just looked at it, just opened a little tiny door and said, okay, this is a possibility. I'm not going there now, but it is a possibility. It can sit in the back of my mind. Well, if that's all you can do, that's not a bad thing to do. And it's actually, if you can get that door open just a little bit, that maybe one day when they continue to suffer, and hopefully she'll never have any more outbreaks, and that the vegan diet is going to work beautifully for her. And I really, I want everybody to be healthy and to not suffer and to not have herpes outbreaks. I know what it's like. I know. And if it works, great, right? And more power to you, and absolutely. And if it works for you, go for it. But if it's not working for you, and I suspect, I really seriously suspect that long term, it's not going to be the healthiest route. But maybe when things are still bad, and when people continue, sadly, pointlessly to suffer, that maybe they'll turn once again to this little carnivore door and maybe push it open a little bit more and say, well, maybe I should look at that. And maybe what this person says, maybe it'll work for me too. So if you do have somebody that you want to introduce to the carnivore diet or a ketovore diet or a ketogenic diet, right? Just low carb, practically minimal carbs. If you really want to help somebody, the best thing that you can do is to suggest it, maybe find a relevant video from a valid person and have them watch it, or give them the choice to watch it. They may not watch it, but you can offer it to them. If they pick it up and begin to search on their own, then they'll come and ask you questions. And when they ask you the questions, then you know that they have moved into this little tiny space, this door, and they're kind of peeking through and saying, just what is this thing? That is a place where you need to really be careful and not push your ideology onto anybody. Do not push your beliefs onto anybody. It's rather an opening of space, your space in here, getting out of your head the you have to do this, and saying, this is what I believe might really help. Maybe you want to take a look, and then you leave it to them. It's like throwing out the fishing net. You can't dive down in the waters and force the fish into the net, right? You just throw out the net and you wait and hope for a good catch. And you know that if they do begin to look into the carnivore diet and they actually try it for a month, they don't have to do 3 months, just 1 month, and begin to feel the changes, then they are on their way. And at least when that happens with personal experience of their own, then quite possibly they will continue and find health and no more outbreaks.